It was the night before Christmas, but nobody knew what Christmas was back then in Pattaya, as of course it didn't exist. Despite cold, bleak weather, and with the promise of snow later, numerous Thais arrived in the city on the promise of a 98 baht breakfast and loose women. All hotels were full, even the ones without licenses, which didn't help poor Wan and her husband Pong, as Wan was 10 months pregnant, despite never having slept with Pong, to her knowledge anyway, and they had no reservations. Tired of begging for rooms, the couple staggered slowly through the area until they came across a lowly sports pub and restaurant on the dark side. Closed for the night, they noticed a gingerly impaired Western man come out covered in a towel and leaving the door open. His name? Ginger Gabriel. Taking advantage of his kindness, they entered and rested, until she felt a sudden twinge in the nether regions and realised she was about to give birth. Meanwhile, 3 stupid men, Gavin, Teza and the Klingon, smoking shishas in Jomtien, simultaneously got SMS messages to nip into the city and look for a scar. Thinking their luck was in and the famous Nikki had had a cancellation, they grabbed their Marlboros, no camels available from the 7-Eleven, and sped off on an elephant, each armed with a rare and precious gift: gold, a Frankenstein DVD and a Nokia 10. On a hill just outside the city, 4 shepherds sat drinking Lao Khao and cursing their wives, when a star suddenly appeared above them and a voice boomed from above, "Get ye hence to the loft." Rounding up their flock, they too began a journey to the dark side. By now, Wan was in the final stages of dropping the child. Pong lifted her up onto an 8-ball pool table, each foot in a pocket, and a cue to encourage the birth. Wan was fearful. Determined to keep the noise down unless she was heard, Pong poured her a glass of watered-down alcohol to stifle the pain, and being honest, checked the menu and left 795 baht on the bar in cash. Ginger Gabriel again appeared, illumined by a bright light, perhaps a torch, and silently removed the cash. Outside, a crowd was stirring. The 3 arrived on elephants, smoking Marlboro lights and following the bright light, until they realised it was in fact a laser sign advertising today's special. Ignoring signs on the door that banned teachers for their own safety and members of the breakfast club, they entered just as Wan welcomed little Sonchai into the world. Kneeling at the pool table, they rested their gifts on a bar stool as they wondered at the miracle of birth, and also a pretty terrible smell that emanated from the kitchen. As entering from the back passage were the shepherds along with half their flock, the rest having been kidnapped by local restaurants. The shepherds too knelt at the pool table. Witnesses called local media and Fabulous 1FM teams nipped in for a quick photo op. With Megan interviewing Wan and the 3 stupid men, no one noticed Ginger Gabriel once again appearing among them, silently removing the gifts and wondering at the Frankenstein DVD before pocketing the lot and again removing himself from the scene. Suddenly the doors burst open. They looked up to see a double-hard northerner looking down on them like Errod and asking in a Yorkshire accent, "Who's that kid? And what the flippin' hell are you lot doing in here?" No one understood the words of wisdom, and one of the stupid men asked him to speak English. Actions, they replaced words, and all were turfed out onto the street, minus the remaining sheep that would become Sunday lunches or curry. Only then did the stupid men realise they'd been cleaned out, and their gifts had disappeared. Police were called and photographs taken of the 3, pointing at Wen, who was duly arrested for theft. A change of heart saw Ginger Gabriel's wife checking CCTV that revealed her husband Ginger Gabriel to be the thief. Wan was freed. Ginger Gabriel's picture was shared on Facebook. Soon they all lived happily ever after, with Wen taking a job as cashier and Pong signing up for the local police. Ginger Gabriel too was freed due to a lack of evidence and the sudden disappearance of CCTV tapes. And little Somchai? Who knows? To find out more, you'll have to read the book.